Well, welcome back, everybody. We are back in session from school. If you could call this school, it's not our typical school setting by any stretch, and it's a little odd now with all the stuff that's going on. Had to make a lot of weird adjustments. I'm sure you're making the same kind of weird adjustments at home. Probably a couple things that jump out at you is like, yes, Mr. Charlton actually wears glasses. Yes, I wear glasses. The reason you don't see me wearing glasses in class is because I usually have contacts in, but when I'm at home, wear glasses. So that's new. New for me is I'm now spending most of my time talking to a computer and getting no feedback on what I'm saying being good or not good, which kind of blows because I'm used to talking to you guys and hearing what you have to say in your comments, and this just feels a little different, a little weird. I guess we should start before we get into the schoolwork and what's that going to look like for both the biology classes and the AVID classes, just to say, honestly, I hope all of you are staying safe. This is a serious thing. This is obviously causing a lot of families a lot of grief and changing a lot of lives. And I find it very important for us to do these things, even though they are strange and weird. Um, to stay, the 6 feet, washing your hands, do all that good stuff for not just you, but for your family, for your loved ones, and hopefully everybody in your home is staying safe and is healthy right now. So we'll just keep those good wishes going, and we'll just move along with the process. So we are back in school. You are going to be getting schoolwork from all of your teachers. And we're going to go over some of the expectations for me. These expectations go for both AVID class and biology class. And so the reason I'm recording this video is so that you can go back and look at these expectations if you have any confusion on things, and you can check it out and see if it makes sense. And if it doesn't make sense, then you can always contact me through phone, email, Jupiter message, and get some clarification. But that's where we're going to start. We're going to start with these expectations. So let's jump into it. Uh, the other video that you should have gotten on your introductory Jupiter message is how to log on to the online classroom. So I'm not going to go into that. That shows you all the steps of going through office.com, logging in, getting into your lessons for biology and for AVID. And you should be able to get to this screen right here. This is for biology class, online expectations, which is going to be a page all by itself that we're going to go over right now. And then the lessons for each week all the way through right here to finals week. Might be asking, are we going to have final exams? We will see. That's kind of where we're at right now. I think before I jump into any of these specifics, the one thing we're going to all have to exercise is patience. We're going to have to be a little flexible because things are going to get a little different. They're going to get confusing. We're going to be upset. We're going to expect things to be a certain way when they're just not possible in being that way. And so patience and flexibility, that's really the best thing we can all ask of each other right now. And so finals week, let's be patient and let's be flexible. Maybe there is a final, maybe there's not. I will let you know as we get closer to June to let you know what that looks like. Same thing will go for AVID. If you are in the AVID 11 class, you have your own folder. This is the AVID 9 folder and the biology folder, but you have the same basic pages that you will see in your AVID 11 folder. And we'll go over those. Okay, so go back to biology, just since pretty much everybody has me or had me at one time for biology. The expectation space. So we're going to walk through these. I'm going to go over them here, but they are available for you to come in and read anytime you want to. First thing you're going to see right off the top is I'm going to take this video today and I'm going to link it right then and there. So you can click on it anytime and watch this video again and get your information. All right, when to work. So here's how this works. This is going to work for all classes, like I said. So on Mondays, I'm going to make sure to have all the lessons, all the links, all the assignments, how to do them, all the videos, anything that goes along with what you need for the week up by Monday morning, 8 o'clock. And so you should be able to log into your online notebook here and get all the information you want to start as early as 8 o'clock on Monday, you can go for it. There will be videos, and we'll get into some of the videos in the YouTube channel that I've created, so that you can get help on these things, because although I'll be available all the time, I may not be able to answer your call because I'm on a call with somebody else, or I'm answering emails, or truthfully, my kids are at home too, and so I'm teaching them. I've become kind of an elementary school teacher as well, so I'm teaching preschool stuff, I'm teaching 5th grade stuff, and so lots going on. All right, you should be expecting about 5 to 6 hours a week. Where did I get that number from? Well, you used to have a 2-hour block on Mondays or Tuesdays. You'd have a 2-hour block again on Wednesdays or Thursdays, and then you have about an hour on Fridays. So that's about 5 hours. And then you'd have somewhere between a half hour and an hour of homework each week, depending on how much you got done in class. So I'm looking to give you about the same amount of work that you would get if you were going to school each day. And so you should expect that from me. You should expect that from the other teachers, and that's per class. For the biology class, there'll be an online multiple choice quiz at the end of each week, just to kind of check in and see if you're actually absorbing what you need to absorb. We'll get into that in just a little moment. The one thing about the quiz, I'm going to mention this several times, is once you click start on that quiz, you got a 2-hour window to get that thing done, okay? So don't start it unless you're ready to rock and roll. I don't think it's going to take you 2 hours. I mean, we're looking at somewhere between 10 to 20 multiple choice questions. But just so you're aware of that, and you don't like just let it sit there and then all of a sudden 2 hours later it says you're locked out and you got a 0. We don't want that. So when do you need to get your work done? Okay, so this kind of leads us back to what I've been trying to teach all of you in these classes for the time that we've been together. I want you to be an independent learner. Okay, I'm not going to say you have to do this Monday and you have to do this Tuesday and you have to do this Wednesday. I'm giving you all the week's work on Monday, and you're going to figure out how you're going to get it done. You want to bust it all out Monday morning, be done with it for the rest of the week, your choice. If you want to do a little bit each day, your choice. You want to do a little bit here, a little bit there, and then do a chunk on the weekend, that's your choice too. But it needs to be done by the following Monday. After the following Monday, it's going to receive late credit. And so you don't want that, because that loses you about 20%, and you don't want to lose that 20% for no reason. If you get stuck on things, if you're not sure how to do things, if the videos aren't helping, if I didn't describe it, if I didn't give you enough information, I will definitely be available between 1:30 and 3 each day. You can call me. My number is at the bottom of this page. You can Jupiter message me. Call and Jupiter message and text are probably the 3 best ways to get a hold of me. Yes, you can send me emails. I would not share anything like through 365, like share documents with me, or on Google, share documents with me, because I may not get that document in time. So I'm trying to avoid sharing. You can do it. If it's the only thing you can do, then talk to me, let me know about it. But really, I don't want you sharing documents. And I'm going to show you an easy way to put things into Jupiter that's going to make your life simple. All right. So that's what you should be expecting each week. Chunk of work on Mondays. You've got the whole week to work on it. Should take you somewhere about 5 hours of work each week. All right, getting help. So that's where we're going to start, because this is new, this is weird, this is different, and how are we going to handle this? So I have created a YouTube channel that's going to have videos on pretty much everything that we're doing. If I don't think you absolutely know how to do something, I'm going to make a video on it. So I post it on YouTube. You can go check it out. You can watch it again. You can watch it again. You can watch it again. And that way you can figure it out. And you don't have to always rely on getting hold of me on the phone or anything like that. There'll be an agenda video on there. So every week I will make an agenda of all the assignments you need to and go over what each assignment should look like, just so you're clear on what you need to do that week. If there are topics, especially in biology, when we're going over information that may be new to you and you're not 100% sure how to do it, I am going to make videos about that information, kind of like when we used to take notes in class and I would go over the information with you. But do you need to take notes? No. Could you take notes? Absolutely. Absolutely could take notes, because you could use those notes when you're taking your quiz at the end of the week. You can have your notes right there. Not like I'm going to be able to monitor that anyway. So videos, tons of videos coming your way. Office hours, again, between 1:30 and 3. And if you do want to have a conversation with me on the phone, and it doesn't have to be between 1:30 and 3. I'm usually available for phone calls between 8 and 3 every day. Um, just send me a text message, Jupiter message, or however you want to get a hold of me, and say, yeah, could we talk tomorrow at 9? Could we talk tomorrow at 10? And we'll work out an appointment. And that way I will wait for your number and I won't let another student in at that time because we've already set up an appointment. Okay, so that's just a way to make sure. But you can always just give me a call, and if I'm available and ready to talk to you, I'll answer. And if I'm not, then leave a message or text me and we'll figure something out. Okay, so once you've done your assignments, how are you going to turn these assignments in? First thing I want to make sure to point out is make sure that everything you do has a name and a title on it. I know a lot of us got used to turning stuff in on Jupyter, and we're like, well, it has my name on it because I'm turning it into my account on Jupyter. Yeah, but the way it works out, especially when we're going to be taking pictures here of assignments, is I need to know whose it is, and I need to know what it is. So a title tells me the assignment, your name on it tells me who it belongs to. So I definitely need to make sure to have name and title so I can get credit for the right assignment to the right person. Most of the stuff I'm going to be asking you to do, you can actually do on paper. Okay, so you're actually going to be writing it up on paper and then taking a picture of it. And you might be like, oh, that's interesting. How does that work? Well, I have a video for that right here, linked video, how to turn in work through Jupyter Grades. So that's going to be there. I'm going to link that every day on the week 1 pages. So like if you go to week 1, we'll get to this in a second, but that link will also be right here, how to turn in paper assignments. It'll be right there too. So it'll be there with the assignments and it'll be there on this expectations sheet, as well as on the YouTube channel that you can go check out anytime. Okay, so most of it's going to be doing it on paper, taking a picture right into Jupyter. Okay, that's what I say is the best choice. That's what I think you should be using. Makes it easier for me, and I think it honestly makes it easier for you because you can just do it all on paper, and then when you're done, log into Jupyter, take a picture, and boom, it puts it right into Jupyter. And there's no like saving files, uploading files, transferring files from your computer up into the internet. None of that stuff. It's just straight off the phone. And from the information I've got from everybody so far, it looks like a lot of people have access to the computer that has a camera or their phone that has a camera. So you'll see a screen that looks like this, and the video will go over this in more detail. But it says right there, when you want to turn something in, it says photo, video, or iCloud. You would just click on that. It opens up the the picture taking app on your phone, and you just click it, and you're done. If that doesn't work, could you take a picture of it and text it to me? Yes, you could. Like I said, that's not number 1 option, but it will work. It gets it to me. But again, I'm just going to get a text from a number, so I'm not going to necessarily know who it is. So I need to have a name and a title on that assignment so I can look at it and go, oh, this is so-and-so, and they did this work. Okay. If you feel comfortable saving files and typing things up on the computer, you could save the picture as a file and attach it to a Jupyter message. You could upload the file directly into Jupyter. These 2 options are available to you if you feel comfortable with your computer skills being able to do that. So I'm not against you uploading it to Jupyter. I just figured a lot of people don't have experience with that outside of my Avid group. And so I didn't want to make that the norm. Picture taking is probably the easiest. If you want to type things up, if you prefer to type them up, that is totally okay. You can type them up and you would just have to save it as a file, upload it into Jupyter. I want to get everything into Jupyter, okay? The way to think about this is the information is coming to you in the notebook and it's coming back to me through Jupyter. To you in the notebook, back to me in Jupyter. That's the easiest method I can come up with, okay? Again, it says do not share files on 365 or as attachments to emails, just because I may not be getting those as often as I'm going to be checking Jupyter and Jupyter messages. So try to put everything into Jupyter. The other thing are online quizzes. The online quizzes are actually in Jupyter. A lot of my 9th grade students have told me they've done these quizzes before with, I think, Mr. Moran's class and some of the other 9th grade teachers. I don't know about my 10th, 11th, and 12th graders if you've done those before. It's real simple. there's going to be, guess what? A video on how to do that. So there'll be a video on how to take online quizzes, and it'll be with each week. When it tells you to go take a quiz, it'll have a link to a video on how to go do it. Again, you have 2 hours once it starts. So if I was in your position, I would make sure I know my stuff. I would have my notes, I would have my materials, I would have anything I've done that can help me out with the test, and then I'll log into that quiz and take it. It won't take you 2 hours, but I'm just letting you know. Okay, new topic, grades. How are grades going to work, Mr. Charlton? All right, so as we've been instructed by the district, the grade that you had when we left to spring break is going to be where I start going forward. The district has pushed us to say that we want to focus on improvement of grades. So these works, these assignments that you're going to do are designed to help improve your grades from where they currently are right now. There's a lot of rumors out there about like, well, what if I don't have access? Can my grades drop? We're still kind of going through that right now, so I don't want to give you any kind of definites, but do the assignments as best you can, do as much work as best you can. As you know, with my class, how grades work is tests are usually number 1, followed by notebook check, but we ain't gonna have notebook checks. What we will have is there'll be essential questions each week, but there won't be note taking that goes with those essential questions. Not gonna have you do repeat readings. I'm not gonna have vocab. Yes, there will be concept maps. No, there's not gonna be study guides other than the first week, which is review, but we'll get to that in a second. Okay, so we're not really gonna have a notebook check, but the essential questions, I'm gonna give you about 1, maybe 2 a week, just to check in and see 2 things. Do you know what you're talking about? Have you actually learned what you said you're supposed to learn? And 2, it's the practice writing, because as we've talked in class, you need to become a better writer. You need to be able to explain in detail and make your writing professional and practice that skill. So we're gonna start where the grades are at right now, and we're gonna move forward with those grades here. Communication. Okay, so I've already sent you the video along with this video on how to get into the online notebook. Some of the access, if you're having trouble, like your password's not working, sometimes I can help you. Most of the time, the district is going to be where you're going to need to go for that kind of stuff. But if for some reason, like you're not seeing certain things or you see problems with the notebook, then probably bring that to me. I give you the link to Office. I give you the link to the video. I give you username and password information. And then down below is my contact information. And then along with my contact information, I throw a little paragraph right here. And so what I'm talking about in this paragraph, and this is going to become key, especially for my AVID folks who are looking to move into professional kinds of careers one day, we're not going to be talking to each other face to face anymore. And so you don't know how I'm going to interpret the words that you write. So it's very important that you spend just a little bit extra time, that extra 30 seconds, that extra 60 seconds to make sure that when you write somebody a Jupyter message, a text, an email, just read it over real quick. Make sure it doesn't come off in a certain tone. You shouldn't be talking to your teachers like you talk on text to your friends. I'm not saying you need to write full-on paragraphs and complete sentences, but you know, saying hi, how's it going? Or, you know, thank you, appreciate it. Wondering if you could do me a favor. I'm gonna try to be more diligent about that in the way I communicate, and I would expect everybody else to do the same. And you should do that with all your teachers. Just be like weary of how your words can come off. I know most of you, and you're all very good people, and you don't have any ill intention, but like I said, we're all going through some difficult times right now. And so you might read something one way and that person didn't intend that, but it just gets on your skin a little bit and you're just like, what the heck, man? And so just be careful when you write things. Just be a little more cognizant of it and be aware of it as you do it. All right, so those are our basic expectations. So what are you gonna get each week? So let me give you a basic rundown. So let's look at week 1 for biology. Click on week 1. Like I said, you got the whole week to work on it. In blue, I'm going to give you basic topics. What are we going to be talking about this week? Week 1 for biology is actually going to be review of the stuff that we didn't finish at the end right before spring break. So unit 7 stuff, which you should already have notes on, your notebook. Remember the week we left early for spring break? We were going to have a notebook check. We were going to turn in a concept map. We were going to do a lab, and we were going to have our exam for unit 7. And probably you walked out of that Friday going, oh, whoo, man, thank God, I don't have to do all that stuff. But here's the thing, is like a lot of you need to get your grades up, and that was a huge opportunity to get your grade up with a test that you could do really well on. So I don't want that work to go undone and unrewarded, and I think it's still a great opportunity to get your grade up. So here's what we got going on this week. We're gonna just wrap up unit 7 to start off with. And for those of you that were doing all the work in class that you should have, you probably aren't gonna have that much to do this week. I will be making an agenda of every week, and I will post it right there. I will be writing a short description to kind of tell you why and my thinking behind the work that we're doing each week. And then in yellow, and this is probably very important for you parents, in yellow is an actual list of what needs to be turned in to me by the following Monday. So what am I looking for? I want a picture of your concept map turned in. I want a picture, or you can type it up, of your summary that goes with your concept map. I want a picture of the study guide. Okay, should have done the study guide in class. All you gotta do is go click, click, click. The essential questions from unit 7. Okay, if you haven't done those, do them. If you did them already, like you said, if you're on top of your work, it's click, 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 click. And then there's that online quiz, which is right off of the study guide. So it's basically the same test I was going to give you, only now it's multiple choice only, and it's online. Like I said, there'll be a link on how to turn in paper assignments if you should forget. And then you'll see a line that separates each section, and it goes over assignment number 1. Here's your concept map. Here are the words. If you don't know how to do a concept map, hey, look, there's a video on how to do that. If you're not sure how to turn in stuff online, hey, look, there's a video on how to do that. So this is going to be the norm. Videos for everything. Second assignment, finishing your study guide. And look, there's pictures of all the questions on the study guide. And because obviously you don't need to know, am I doing this right? I made a whole video where I went over all the questions to the study guide so you can be completely ready for the test when you're ready to take it. And again, you can take a test on Monday if you're ready to go. You can take a test on Friday. You can take a test Sunday night at the stroke of midnight if that's really where you feel most comfortable taking your test. Okay, but again, videos to help go over the study guide questions too. Assignment 3, those are those essential questions. If you have not answered those yet, you have notes on all this stuff, so you should be able to use your notes for those things. And then assignment number 4 is that online quiz. And again, there'll be a video right here that shows how to get into that online quiz and take it. So 4 assignments for the week. And that's about the amount I'm looking at. So what do we got? Concept map, study guide, essential questions, and a quiz. And so again, for those of you that were on top of your work, this is the first week, nice and easy, easy peasy lemon squeezy, right? That's what we're looking for to start off this whole distance learning thing, is something to kind of ease into it. And the same thing you'll see for those of you that are in Avid, same basic structure. Again, expectations page. And then each week, you will get a list of the topics, a description, a breakdown of the work for the week in a video. In yellow, the things that you need to complete, and then how to turn in paper assignments. And then each assignment, assignment 1 with an example, assignment 2 with instructions, assignment 3, assignment 4, and so on. And this is just going to be the norm. Is I'm going to give it all to you on Monday. You come in here, figure it all out, work on what you need to work on. When you're done with it, you turn it in, and you're good to go. And we'll just continue to work like that. If you are able to get things done and you don't need a lot of assistance from me, then I'm not planning to have a whole lot of face-to-face time, because conferencing seems to be a difficult one. Plus, I'd have to make sure that my students all have cameras and they have setups and they have the same time available. And I just don't think that's going to necessarily be constructive. It's just going to stress people out into making them try to run the meeting. So I am working on video conferencing and a way to do kind of an office hours and study kind of skills thing with a whiteboard so that you can write things and I can write things and we can see what each other is writing. But I'm probably only going to go that direction if I start feeling a call from all of you that like, yeah, I really need to do some video conferencing and some tutoring. If you're more of like, nah, I need help with this one thing, I'll just text it real quick, or I'll just email them real quick, or then I really don't see the need for video conferencing unless we start seeing that a lot of people are demanding it. So again, patience and flexibility, right? Where this is all new, this is a completely different way of doing school. And I will be lenient if you will be lenient, and we will work this out together. And again, just keep focused on the number one thing. Why is this all happening? Because we're trying to keep people safe, we're trying to keep people healthy, and we're trying to take care of especially those that are elderly and have medical conditions that make them more vulnerable. And so, you know, there's a lot of times where school doesn't become your priority and it needs to be pushed to the side. And those are the kinds of things that push school to the side. So again, keep that in mind as you work. Be communicative, like talk to me if things are coming up, if you're not sure of things. I think the one final thing I will say with all of this is you're not going to have me in class to remind you to do the work. It's going to be on you to remind you. I wouldn't count on mom or dad. They're probably busy taking care of their own business. I wouldn't count on brothers or sisters. They're probably busy taking care of their own business. It's time for you to step up, be an independent learner, and take care of what you need to take care of without anybody's assistance. If you at all question something or you're not sure about it, text me. It's not a problem. It's not a problem. Okay. With that, I will say good night to everybody, or good morning. I guess it depends on what time you're looking at this. And wish you the best. And again, communicate with me if there's any needs or anything that's not really working for you, and we'll figure it out. All right. Have a good one.